Look at this amazing tree. Isn't it awesome? Yeah, it's so great, right? That's a live oak tree. So I'm here at the Alamo. It's one of the top historic sites here in the U.S., in San Antonio, Texas. And this tree reminds me one thing because Java was named oak, right? When it became, because there's an oak tree right outside James Gosling's office, right? And and this tree here was planted here in 1913. Was transplanted here from, there's this crazy guy that wanted to prove that it was it's possible to transplant mature trees, right? So he transplanted this tree here. It was already 40 years old when he moved to this place in 1913, and so it's like 100 years, more than 100 years old, right here in this place. And I think the thing I was looking at the tree, right? That kind of reminds me the whole process of technology, right? You see that the tree grows and expands, right? It still has a base, right? It starts from somewhere and it just grows and expands and can go anywhere, right? It can go to lots of places. There's some branches that go so far out. There's some branches that actually go into the ground. Such an amazing tree, but expands, right? It expands, it changes, it go looking for the sun, and and if you think about the Java technology, right? It started, right? James Gosling started calling it oak, but it started, if it's such a small thing with such a specific purpose. James Gosling, he always said that he created a multi-purpose language, right? Because he knew that building a specific purpose language was not, it's not going to be the best strategy, right? Because it would fail, right? So he built a multi-purpose language, even though they had a specific vision in mind. They wanted to create a software for TV, for digital TV, right? For IPTV. But he created a multi-purpose language that actually became what we know today as Java, right? So it's like it grew, expanded in such a different ways, it's I'm thinking about all these because this has everything to do with your career, right? Because when we start our careers, right? That's a question I get a lot. People, what should I focus on? What should I specialize on? And when we start our careers, right, we don't know exactly where that's going to take, right? We don't know even what's going to be valid, what's going to be important, what's going to be the top technologies a few years from now, or what to say, like 10 years from now, or even 20 years from now, right? So our careers, we start from a base, right? We start from something that we love, something that we want to do, and then it can grow to different places, right? It's not gonna jump to the other side of the wall, right? It will grow from what we have, and that's an interesting thing because the way I see our careers, that our careers, we always are building on top of what we have. Lots of people think, I'm going to change careers, or I'm going to start something new, I'm going to learn a new technology. And they kind of think that I'm going to start a new thing, I'm going to change careers, I'm going to start from scratch. But you never start from scratch. You always start based on what you had before, right? You always start from your trunk, from the things that you did before, from all the experience that you have. So, and then you can take your career anywhere, really, right? From when you embrace your past, when you embrace your history, when you embrace all the experience that you have, you can take your career anywhere you want. You can learn new technology, you can learn new tools, you can move into new projects, right? But always think about where you started, what you did in the past, right? So always build on top of the things that you did, because the more you build on top of the things you did in the beginning, the stronger your career actually gets, right? Because if you can take a look here, the tree, you're gonna have some branches, are very small branches, right? Tiny little things, but in reality, they're very, very strong. Why? Because they start from the beginning, right? They're connected, right? So your career, you should connect your career to the basis, right? To everything you did, all the experience you had. Remember everything, right? So just kind of consider everything you did in your whole career. counts. And it counts for companies that want to hire you. You know, say, Bruno, I want to work for a company that they they want a Scala developer, and and I was a Java developer in the past, right? Or I want to work in a company that they're doing e-commerce, and I used to work for a bank, right? So yeah, but look at the things that you did in the past, right? With Java in the bank, right? Look at those things and see which of those things make you strong, make who you are today. Because skills, guys, skills are biological. Skills change your brain, right? So you can imagine that tree here as all the skills that you have in your brain. So all those branches here, they start from the core. Your brain builds a software developer brain, right? So there are very, very strong connections and very strong myelin and very strong things in your brain, right? About everything that you ever did in your life. All the things all the skills that you build in your life are there, built biologically in your brain. It's like a big network, like this tree here, right? You can see that this tree is a huge network of branches and leaves and all that. You can imagine, right, that in your brain you have something like that, right? It's a biological process that builds on top of what exists. But the core of it, right? The core in your brain are your development skills, are the things you've been doing over and over and over for many, many years. So when you think about your career, look at everything you did in the past and connect those things. The stronger you do that, the better. And I'm gonna tell you, for you to help you think about that, right? I wrote a little book called The Best Developer Year, right? So The Best Developer Year is a book that can help you think about all your career, think about everything you did, and then help you plan your next step, help you plan your next step. So I'm gonna put a link in the description for you to get the Best Developer Year book for free, right? And that book is gonna help you think about everything you did, all the skills that you have, all the experience that you have, and so you can build an amazing career, right? So you can build a career that spans many, many years and it grows very, very strong, like this tree behind me, right? So this is Bruno Souza for Code for Life, and we are traveling around the US, going to JavaOne, right? The premier Java conference. So JavaOne is back in 2022, and we're gonna be there. So we're traveling around the US toward that. I hope to see you at JavaOne or anywhere online so we can talk about your career. See ya.